Living consciously is being aware of where we're placing our attention. And where we place our attention affects what we experience. Since early in life, people have been molding our tastes, suggesting our thoughts, and it's being done without us even really being aware that it's happening. And we are, in effect, living somebody else's life. The purpose of our life is not to become a respected somebody in the world. The purpose of our life is not to try and manipulate the identity we've projected into the world. The purpose of our life is to become aware, to become consciously aware of what we really are. That is a life well lived. If we can become aware of one of the most subtle forms of manipulation, we can free ourselves to do what we're meant to be doing. Your life can unfold in many ways. We're often not aware of how it's unfolding, or what's influencing it, or what direction it's going to go in. But if we stop, stand back, and see what's happening, we can predict with some accuracy where our life is going. The first thing we find about life is everyone is trying to influence us in some direction that suits them. And they do that in all sorts of ways. Some are forceful, some are bribery, some is guilt-tripping. But one way, which is very subtle, is used all the time, and very few of us are aware of it, is validation. Validation is the act of affirming a person or their ideas, feelings, actions, and so on, as acceptable and worthy. People will validate you. That is, tell you you're going in the right direction, you're doing everything right, if you're going in the direction they want you to go in. And one so naturally likes validation. Validation makes one feel recognized. It makes you feel like you are somebody, something is happening. So one is susceptible to validation. You're praised, you're congratulated, you're encouraged to go in a direction which is going to serve somebody else, even if it looks like it's serving you. You're congratulated if you do well at school. That's mostly because parents or the school or somebody wants to be proud of you, wants to get that energy of your success. But maybe you don't want to be academic. But if you're praised that way, if you're given a feeling of being somebody, being fulfilled, you might well go in that direction. High marks in school, do well in sport. Sport in particular, one is encouraged to do well at it. Sport is fine if you're just doing it as a recreation. But for more than that, it's slavery, it's entrapment. You give up so much to succeed. I mean, who really wants to be able to jump higher than anybody else, or run faster than anybody else? It has very little value in these days where we aren't surviving in the bush. You could devote your life to sport, and then you find when your body can no longer do it, you're left washed up on the shore. Maybe you'll work in a sports goods shop. Maybe you can train people. But is that what you wanted? If you do really well at school and you're encouraged to go and study further at university until you specialize in some tiny part of the world and miss out on consciousness, you just become a walking piece of knowledge. Is it what you want? You might be encouraged to follow a religion, and you'll get all the validation and support from the other people doing it. because they actually need the validation themselves that they're on the right track. If people are going the same way, then they can just put their heads down and go. If people aren't, they have to stop and think, and that is the most frightening thing for them. To stop and think and look at life. Validation is a trap. You're driven in a certain direction, and your energy is harnessed until you have no more, and then you discard it. Maybe you work hard to retirement and get a gold watch from the company when it is an absolutely useless instrument. Validation, as pleasant as it is not necessary, is not needed, is not desired if you love yourself, if you believe in yourself. You don't need other people to confirm or affirm you are what you are, and that you are good, you are worthwhile. Love yourself. Become aware, become conscious of your being, of the life force in you. It doesn't need to be affirmed by anybody else. It's inside you. It's there. What you think about life and what you think about what's going on in the outside world, in your success or failures, in the end is worth nothing. We arrive, we do a few things, and we're gone. Your being, your life force is the real thing. And it's the most fantastic thing. It provides the energy for everything. Recognize your real self, your real being. It's perfect. As Kabir said, I think it was Kabir, that one doesn't have to find love, one just has to get everything that's blocking love out of the way, and there love is. Find everything that's blocking you living your life, being aware of your very being, and there it is. It needs no affirmation, it needs no validation. Free yourself from the world and its manipulative ways. Even if the manipulation isn't ill-intended or isn't understood, if people don't understand what they're doing it nonetheless, and it will affect you. It will draw your life out in a certain direction. Drop the need for validation. It's an artificial need. Put your energy and attention into becoming aware of your real self, your real being, which is the most wonderful thing. There is nothing greater than that. Love that. Love yourself. And see how things happen. See what unfolds for you. See what wonderful things happen outside and inside your consciousness.